Good morning. Welcome to your Sunday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to get you started for your Sunday, some things to think about, ponder on, maybe change behavior over. There, how's that for dangling a participle? So, welcome. Wait for everybody to come rolling in, and as always, let's start with some nice deep breaths. Good morning, Judy. You're the first one here today. Just breathing deeply and easily. Welcome. Breathing and allowing. Feeling an opening in your heart chakra as you breathe. Good morning, Abigail. Just breathing deeply, drawing in today, opening up to today. It's wisdoms, it's guidance. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome. Glad you're here. Everybody's starting to pop on. And I think they changed, either Facebook changed its algorithm, or when I updated my phone, that did something. But instead of, when I'm filling out what the card is going to be, etc., instead of words auto-populating like they have for eons, now they're not. And Judy, the lack of notifications may be that same thing that Facebook did an update to their algorithm, and now the things that worked automatically before are not working at this point, and so we just kind of I'm adding the words in as I go. Hopefully it will get back to the point where it auto-populates stuff. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Welcome. But for right now, you may have to hunt for me. Usually it's about quarter after. A couple of days it's a little bit after that. Sometimes it's a little bit before that. But usually right within that window. So, as you're breathing deeply and easily, I want you to just imagine opening up your heart chakra. Good morning, Debbie. Glad you're here. Welcome. And just feeling an ease in your heart space. You might want to warm up your hands. Just put them over your heart. Just creating an ease in your heart space. And when there's that ease there, there's also an openness to receiving whatever part of this message is meant for you. And we have today the Earth Magic deck from Stephen Farmer. I'm just going to show you the picture of Mother Earth there with all of her critters. Love that. And a card for today is Ocean. Ocean, ebb and flow. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. To those of you I missed calling out by name, glad you're here. Ocean, ebb and flow. Yes, we did. So that's the plan. And so around the Thanksgiving holiday, I should still be able to do YEMIG every day, I would think. We'll see how it goes, but we're waiting to see if I'm travelable after a colonoscopy on Wednesday. We'll go down on Wednesday to my sister's, and if I'm not, they may go down Wednesday evening and I might go down Thursday morning. We'll see. We might end up with a couple of vehicles there. But anyway, we're going to work on the house we're flipping for a couple of days and then head back. And Saturday will be baking and cooking day, and Sunday will be the feast. So hoping all of you have an awesome Thanksgiving. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. We're up to my magic number 8. Fabulous. Love it. So, Ocean. Card is Ocean. Ebb and flow. Let's see what it has to tell us. The ebb and flow of life is never more clearly represented than in the ocean's movements. The tides of these great bodies of water rise and fall in regular rhythms, and the waves continue to roll to the shores in endless and varied patterns, just as they have been doing for millions of years and will continue to do so for millions more. One of the things that I loved about being close to Lake Superior was it behaves much more like a sea or an ocean than it does like a lake. Even though it is technically an inland lake, it behaves much more like a larger body of water. And November in particular, witness the Edmund Fitzgerald, the November in particular is a really interesting time to be observing Lake Superior. So for those of you Yoopers who are in the hood, check it out once in a while, because she is quite the body of water. These tides and waves maintain a relative predictability unless other unforeseeable forces of nature intervene, which have been known to happen. Hurricanes and earthquakes, for instance, can have a dramatic effect on the characteristics of both the tides and the waves. And we had that card previously, tsunami, which was, I believe, a warning signal, stirring things up. Pay attention, here comes something big. So we had that one a while back. The oceans cover 70% of the earth, and the human body averages a composition of 70% water. There are no accidents. The dynamic gravitational interaction of the sun and moon that moves these massive bodies of water and creates the shifting tides that also affects our human bodies in ways that we respond to instinctually, often having a great deal more influence over our moods and emotional states than we're aware of. So here's the message part. An important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity but not being captured by it. That's an interesting way to think of it, isn't it? Joining their fluidity but not being captured by it. It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond your understanding. Again, we've got that 95% subconscious mind that is, good morning, Wave, well, glad you're here, that is really literally running the show. But we like to think our little 5% of conscious mind is driving the bus. So the more we can flow with some of this stuff, again, not letting it run things, not letting it drive the bus, but working with it can be very helpful. All right. When you neither minimize nor exaggerate the intensity and importance of your emotions, you then have a greater sense of when and how to express them. So here's the part where it's talking to you. You've been fighting the ebb and flow of your own feelings, denying your hurt, anger, or sorrow by either attaching yourself to one or the other and nurturing it as if it were a nursing child, or else smoothing over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. Interestingly, I was on a Zoom most of yesterday for a sociocracy conference, and there were several of the speakers who talked about the intricacies of dealing with people's emotions in sociocracy. When you have either a small circle meeting or the full body coming together in a circle, knowing how to work with the emotions that people have and express or don't express. They have, but they don't express. Learning how to work with them is a huge gift that you can offer your community. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forceful with every attempt humans make to control them. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. And how many times have we said what you resist persists, okay? When you can breathe with it, all right? So if you're experiencing something that's rather intense, anger, hurt, fear, whatever it is, if you can pay attention to your breath and just focus on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And your mind's going to be doing its 5-alarm fire thing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And the temptation is going to be to stop that breathing pattern. Good morning, Chrissy. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And the more you allow yourself to continue with the breath, the more it's going to become a 4-alarm fire and a 3-alarm fire and a 2-alarm fire. And when it comes down from that 5-alarm fire, then your brain can kick in a little more and help you address the emotions. For most of us, one of the most powerful things we can do is become curious about our emotions. Wow, I'm really stirred up. My hands are clenched. Wonder what this is about. What button got pushed here? rather than choosing to respond, even saying out loud, you know, I'm a little stirred up here. I need to take a time out from this conversation, and I will come back to it, but I need to think out what's going on here. Some button got pushed. Take the break. Take the break. And if you can guesstimate for the person how long it's going to be that you need, I'm going to go mow the lawn and I'll be back. Or I'm going to go for a walk, 20 minutes, half hour, I'll be back. Or give me a day and I'll get back to you on that. That lets them know about what time span you're going to need to sort through it. If you get to that timeline and you're thinking, nope, it's still stirred up and I don't think I can do a good job of addressing it with this person, I'm going to ask for more time. I'm coming along. I'm not quite there yet. Give me another half an hour, whatever. Work through it. Some people are pushy. Some people are going to do that. No, let's talk this through right now. It's your body, it's your boundary, it's your emotions. If you're not ready to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it. I'm not ready yet. Please appreciate my boundaries. Please respect that I'm saying not yet. Okay? People get scared. People are worried about, what's going on in her? What's she all stirred up about? Blah, blah. And interestingly, good morning, Lucy, it may have nothing to do with them. They may have moved in a certain way or said a certain something that had no relevance on the conscious level, but on the subconscious level, it pushed some kind of a button. I'll just make one up here. But if someone kind of goes like this, and you've been waved off all your life, that's going to stir you up, right? They may not have meant much of anything by that movement, but it stirs you up. Being able to take the time to figure out what's going on with me, what's this about? Sometimes you can't figure it out. You don't know. But you do know that something got tapped. So then you can take the time, maybe some journaling. I'm not sure what got triggered here. If any aspects of myself want to come forth and give me some guidance here, I'd appreciate it. Okay, Spirit, I could use some help with this one. I don't know what's going on, but I'm certainly triggered. Just keep working with it. Keep working with it. And when you model good behavior with regard to your own emotions, that helps other people do the same. So if you're forthcoming and say, look, I'm kind of stirred up about this, I'm not really sure why, don't think it necessarily has anything to do with what we're talking about, but I need to get a grip on this first, and then I'll be back, gives them permission down the road to do the same. Because we all have the things that light us up like a Christmas tree, whether we know it or not, right? So being willing to ebb and flow with those emotions, to be curious about them, to explore them, to not view them as the rulers of your life, but merely flavors of the day, if you want to look at it that way. Taking some time with your emotions, allowing your emotions. What am I, my famous line, what am I pretending not to know? We can also make that, what am I pretending not to feel? What am I pretending not to feel? I'm fine. Everything's great. Don't worry about it. But it's still influencing, right? So take some time with your emotions today. It's Sunday, the day of rest. Take some time with your emotions. Just be curious. As Thanksgiving comes up, explore emotions. Sometimes when we're around family of origin, if that's what you're going to be doing for Thanksgiving, that can push buttons like nobody's business. Good morning, Angie. Glad you are here. Welcome. We're just about done, but the replay will be up in a minute or two. So again, ocean, ebb and flow. Think about that today, your emotions and how they're ebbing and flowing. And are you flowing with them or are you trying to resist? Take some time with it. See what you get. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.